It was where the maniacal Epstein dreamt of developing a designer baby farm.
It's actually crazy how this guy has done irreparable damage to all of like the James Bond villains. Like this is just a random guy and he's worse than all of them.
Shockingly,
it's
there are even
evil.
suggestions
Yes,
of bodies buried at the ranch.
Oh, there's bodies, of course.
A hideaway in the middle of nowhere, it is finally being forced to give up its terrible secrets.
There was a lot of time spent in my room at Zorro, feeling very much like a mouse trapped in its cage, just kind of waiting until someone would come to my door and say, Jeffrey's ready for his massage now.
What did that really mean?
Rape.
The first step has been to look for the bodies. Inexplicably, it's the one Epstein property federal agencies failed to raid upon his death.
That's interesting.
They have, at this time, conducted a complete and thorough investigation physically of the property, including imaging of all 7,500 acres of the property. They're right now doing a technical analysis of that imaging.
First recruited into the Epstein world by Ghislaine Maxwell counts.
That's that girl with Bill Clinton. I didn't even realize that. That's the girl with Bill Clinton.
Girls waking up in sort of like a dark room with like a female doctor standing over them, feeling like maybe there is some kind of procedure that had happened that they weren't aware of. And I believe this is in the files, a baby actually being born and then just disappearing, like Ghislaine taking it. I do remember overhearing conversations about trying to create the perfect baby, the perfect gene pool.
Isn't it crazy? Is this the horseshoe theory that it doesn't matter if you're Adolf Hitler or like the Jewish Jeffrey Epstein, you're still in the pursuit of the master race? That's crazy.
A plan for a controversial designer baby and human cloning project in which emails from the files show the maniacal Epstein was prepared to invest in.
When we think about the stories and the span of stories, it sounds...
If you made a horror game about Jeffrey Epstein, you wouldn't be able to sell it. You couldn't put it on Steam or Epic Games. You couldn't even do this.
If there are tips that there are women buried on the property or near the property, then is that not probable cause?
For the life of me, I can't understand why you would leave New Mexico out.
It beggars belief, doesn't it, when you consider that in Manhattan, the mansion was raided, on the island, the mansion was raided, in Florida, I assume in Paris. Why not in New Mexico?
That's at the top of mind of so many people. How could this never have been even searched, even in any sort of basic inquiry?
I think that this is my conspiracy theory. I think that one of the reasons why might be because the designer babies that they were doing worked. And there are a lot of influential and important people that have utilized this, and uncovering it would reveal the illegitimacy of their children or of some sort of connection that they would have to their kids. Like, that's my best guess. If I'm gonna come up with like, you know, you want me to put a 90-piece puzzle, you know, it's supposed to be 100 pieces, that's what I would put together, right? That would be a